Welcome back to Shemsuniverse. So today, guys, we're going to discuss the name number 8 in Chaldean numerology. So the 8 is one of the most popular numbers in numerology across the board, whether we look at the eastern or the western side of it, for very good reason. A lot of people would argue that's one of the hardest life paths to have, or if 8's even in your chart at all, it does give you some sort of like karmic penalty that you have to overcome. And I do agree with those things. It definitely does provide a great deal of hindrances. But if you're able to sort of accept that sort of wind that seems to be against you, you can propel from it and you can actually ascend and become more powerful. The key is to know the cheat codes and what the 8 actually demands of you, because no matter what position it's in, whether it be a birth number, a life path number, or a name number, it's going to have the same sort of attributes that you can utilize to your advantage. But you just need to know what those attributes are in order to adapt to your current situation. So to summarize the number 8 in Chaldean numerology, as a name number, it's known to be cynical and pragmatic. When it's a name number, it prepares you for a big sort of career, whether that be a hedge fund manager, a CEO, a real estate tycoon, an athlete. But it's going to be some sort of high-stress career, why it makes your early life very challenging and stressful. It wants your brain and your body in itself to get used to a high level of stress. So the way you can be proactive, from before I get into the compound numbers, is really to accept that there's going to be a lot of challenges and really actually put yourself through rigorous training. I'd recommend doing things like looking up pressure positions that you can put yourself through, different stress positions, working out intensely, a lot of cardiovascular, a lot of heavy weightlifting. Things like yoga and mindfulness can work as well for sure. But for 8s, I really recommend intense training, just because you need to get used to being under a high degree of stress, and that high demand that exercising does provide is the perfect sort of training for your mind, to gear your mind and get it ready for the day. Another thing is I'd recommend even waking up early and getting your workout in as early as possible. So if you work at like 8 o'clock in the morning, I would say get to bed early and then literally wake up at like 4:30, do a workout routine, shower, eat, and then just get ready for your day, mentally prep. After that, you can meditate or read like a book or listen to a podcast. But that way you're self-actualizing each day and you're starting off the day in a very healthy way. When you do that, you're going to give the 8 the power to actually help you instead of work against you. That's how you propel with the wind. That's how you ascend. Because now you're disciplining yourself and you're actually doing things that are going to make the 8 give you positive karma instead of negative. Because always remember, the 8 is simply just father time. It just gives you the karma that you deserve. So if you're a good person and you're somebody who is doing the right things, I don't mean a moral person, I mean a person that's doing the right things towards your purpose, the 8's not going to do anything to you. The 8 is only going to do something to you when you're going against your purpose and you're doing things like being lazy and lethargic and depressed and then not doing anything about it. That's where it's going to come at you, and that's where it's going to crush you. All right? So the first number that I want to cover is the number 17. This is the most powerful name number in the 8 series. It is considered the 6-pointed Venus star. It is very, very powerful in the sense that it makes these people be remembered even after their death. These people hate being in the spotlight. They're not very fond of like a lot of social situations, just because they simply know that they're going to be remembered for whatever it is that they do. If they do something really well, they'll be remembered for it. But if they don't do something very well, maybe they make a mistake when they're performing, maybe they make a mistake when they're in a social gathering, they know that there's going to be a lot of gossip about them. And because of the strong aura that the 8 gives you, that is definitely true. But you have to learn to accept the losses with the wins. And if you're able to do that, you're going to become an overcomer. You're going to become a conqueror of your life. So the key here is to become a warrior and to really look at life in a sense of you need to overcome it. You need to remain humble, but not too humble to the point where you get walked on. That's the thing. The 8 is all about, you can either step on people or they're going to step on you. You still have to be ruthless, but you don't have to be arrogant about it. You don't have to be flamboyant. You have to be gratuitous. You can literally just do it in a sense of, if I need to step on this person because my purpose demands that I do it, then it is what it is. That's how life unfortunately goes for some people at some times. And ruthlessness is how everything from plants to animals to humans survive. So it's definitely something that's very necessary. With the 17 over 8 as a name number, you do have a lot of karmic reward. You do have a lot of prior sort of skill sets that you can bring to this lifetime. So I definitely use that to my advantage. My name number, Shem, is definitely vibrating with 17 over 8. And it does definitely give you a very strong aura and a very strong fire inside of you to succeed. All right. The next one I want to cover is the number 26. This is known as the number of disaster. It makes it very hard for you to get into businesses with cooperation. When it comes to diplomacy and working in partnerships, it's going to make it very rough for you to actually get ahead in that way. My main recommendation of the number 26 is simply to do everything by yourself. And if you can't, work in communion with other 8s or people that are maybe have a lot of 1s in their chart. The reason why I'd recommend this is because if you don't have somebody with the same work ethic as you and you're a name number 26, you're just going to be getting used, abused, or just completely disregarded. So you need to make sure that the partnerships that you choose are good, because you can go up very fast in life and then just get marked right back down. So the key is to actually make sure that you're doing what's necessary for the business, pulling your weight, providing value, but ensure that in your partnerships that the person is pulling weight as well. If they're not doing that, you need to just screw off with them, okay? The next one is the 35. It's considered even worse than the name number 26. It's all about the roller coaster effect with the number 35, but it gives you guys a lot of very strong verbosity. I mean, you can be very verbose. You have a very captivating sort of aura. Your mannerisms are definitely remembered. You guys can be trendsetters, but you need to be very wary of just the same thing with the 26 being used in group dynamics, especially. The 8 almost gives like a curse to the number 3 in that way, where it makes it very hard for you to get ahead. And in turn, you need to be very, very cautious of the people that you work with and always remain having a lot of discipline. Because once you lose discipline, you're going to lose control of your life. You have to provide order to the chaos in order to actually succeed. All right? The last one is the number 44 for these guys. The 44 is considered like the worst name number to have. Michael Jackson had it. I don't really look at it like that. He did have an unfortunate death, but a lot of people do. The number 44 is considered a disaster because it's 2 4s, which is a chaotic number on its own, and then an 8. You can look at it from 2 different sides of the puzzle. You can look at it from the sense of, okay, the number 44 is negative because there's double Rahu, and then it adds to Saturn, which is the number 8, and it makes it so you have a very chaotic life. But on the other hand, you actually have a lot of organizational skills and security orientation because of the number 4, and you're able to be very, very pragmatic in the way in which you do things. So you can look at it from a two coin sort of standpoint. You can look at it from one side of the coin where it's like, oh, it's bad, but on the other side, it can be very good. Michael Jackson was a very successful person. He's definitely remembered after his death, and you can use this number to your advantage if you're looking to make a legacy, if you're looking to make a worldwide mark. It will help you do that. You have a very larger-than-life sort of aura and energy, and you can use that to your advantage to definitely get ahead. But the choice is simply yours. I'm going to keep this video nice, short, and concise, but if you guys have any questions whatsoever, just please leave it in the comments for me. Aside from that, guys, like, subscribe, holla at me. It's it for today, guys. Peace.